Hello, welcome to another video where today I'm going to be looking at this issue 9 of GamesMaster magazine dated September 1993. So 30 years ago, if you went into the shops, this is what you'd see in your local newsagents back when they used to have tons and tons of games magazines. I've kept hold of the first year of GamesMaster because it's a magazine that I really liked back then. Obviously, it went on for many years, but those early issues had a great mixture of content, you know, because we had so many different machines back then. So obviously, you had the Amiga, the SNES, Mega Drive, Game Boy. You had a little bit of the 8-bit console era just hanging around. But it was just before like the next consoles came through, you know, your CDI, 3DO, Jaguar, etc. So I know not all of us went on to actually do anything, but yeah, it's quite an interesting time. So I just want to have a quick look through just a few key memories and things that take me fancy. So starting off, we've obviously got the contents page. Again, I really like the design of these early issues, you know, sort of using the little screens that you saw in the TV show as well. So first up we have got the news, and we have got some news here on Sega World, a place I never actually went to. Some people I'm friends with, they went there. I think most of them though were down south, so being up in Bolton at the time just had nothing like that. You know, we had a couple of small arcades, mainly fruit machines, but nothing as big as Sega World. And then we've got a preview, well, a bit of news here for zombies, or zombies ain't my neighbours, depending where you are in the country. And then underneath that, claim your free £9 cassette from HMV. So it says if you bought a game, you got a cassette with £9 for free. Can't even think what the biggest albums would have been in 1993. But you know, free album, isn't it really? So what else have we got? Bit of news here asking to be on GamesMaster and how to apply if that's something that interests you. And then next to it, a little bit of news on new magazine Edge, also by Future Publishing. I've just done a video on issue 1 of Edge, so if you want to know my thoughts on that, just, you know, flick back a couple of videos. But yeah, still surprising me it's 30 years ago, you know. And then we have also got a bit more news and also a Street Fighter 2 tournament at the bottom of the screen. They had this going for quite some time, where it'd be some of the best Street Fighter 2 players going up against the GamesMaster magazine staff. Then we have got the charts here. Just quickly try not to catch the light as much then. Just looking at the top 3 for each chart. So on SNES, Super Star Wars, Star Wing and Alien 3. On Mega Drive, Jungle Strike, Micro Machines and Flashback. On Amiga, Syndicate, Goal and Gunship 2000. And Game Boy, Super Mario Land 2, Golf and Super Mario Land. And then you still got charts for like Lynx, Master System, NES and Game Gear. So it's still hanging around, you know, a few people still got those 8-bit consoles at the time. And then what else have we got? Last bit of news there, some diary dates, upcoming things. We've got basically Dominic's purple column. He's talking to Manic Street Preachers, and it's something that I've taken a picture of before on Facebook and tagged him in, and obviously he's giving his memories and thoughts on that time. So what else have we got here? Oh, we've got import charts as well. Street Fighter 2 Turbo at number 1 for SNES, Micro Machines at number 1 for Mega Drive, and Battletoads 2 for Game Boy, and Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on PC Engine. So just looking at the Manic Street Preachers piece, so he hangs around with him for this piece, and then he's also done a box out for Dominic's top 5 albums of all time. Gold Against the Soul and Generation Terrorists by Mannix, Beaster by Sugar, Porno for Pyro, self-titled album, and Pablo Honey by Radiohead. So some great albums there, you know, still fantastic to listen to today. We've got a couple of pages here on the latest arcade and pinball releases. Again, not that we really had arcades up where I was. you tended to see a few more things like this in Laser Quest and stuff like that. And even then, you never really got the massive cabs. You sometimes got things like Mortal Kombat and Virtua Fighter and stuff like that, but you never got like the massive sit-down cabs. Not in our neck of the woods anyway. Just zoom on a little bit. A few previews here, mainly for SNES, Playmates, Clay Fighter, First Samurai, F-15 Strike Eagle 2, Playmates and Clay Fighter for the SNES, 2 games that I actually bought back in the day, and they were alright, you know, not amazing, but yeah, enjoyable enough. I've been playing Playmates fairly recently, probably about a year or 2 back, and still not a bad platformer, unlike this one, which I hate, Bubsy the Bobcat. Have it there for the Mega Drive version, 40 quid in Woolworths, and I've said before, I really don't like that game. And then the big special is driving games. So they did one fighting games, I think it was in that issue 8 that I looked at. So we've got Lamborghini Challenge here. I think it was done by Titus, is it? I'm just trying to think. I don't know if it'll tell me. Yeah, Titus. Never played that one, but this one here is one of my favourite Super Nintendo games, Rock'n'Roll Racing. Now, I know it came out on Mega Drive as well, but the music on the SNES version is absolutely fantastic. Lozier, classic 70s rock, well, late 60s, early 70s. And they've given that 92%, so it's like a massive 3-page review. I think it was such a good game. Just zoom in a little bit there. I think it was such a good game because, again, the isometric viewpoint. I know it's not the first game like to use that viewpoint. You know, you got games like Supercars 2 on the Amiga and stuff, but honestly, it's so addictive. Spent ages playing that game. And then we've got F1, which I'm not really going to go into, GP1, Nigel Mansell's F1 Challenge on the SNES. I bought this, but I think I've got rid of it again since, because you could still get it fairly cheap. One of the few Super Nintendo games that's cheap, but it got really good reviews there. I mean, 90%. And also it had the late week mail doing the advert for that as well, where every single family member looked just like, you know, Nigel Mansell with the hair and the tash. So we've now got the actual review section, and first up is Dune 2 on the Amiga. This is a game which is still on my to-play list properly. I've had like about 20 minutes, half an hour mess around on it, but it's by the people that brought Command & Conquer out, Westwood Studios. So it got 80% there, which isn't a bad score at all, and you can see straight away, you know, that they evolved Dune into Command & Conquer. And then next up, another big game. I'm surprised this isn't the lead review really. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I started saying Super, but for Super Nintendo, where you can actually be the bosses, new moves, new backgrounds, new colours. 96%, absolutely brilliant. You know, it was one of those times where it was actually worth upgrading, you know, if you had the original. Then we've also got, again, another big SNES game here. There's a couple of small reviews I'm just missing out. I'm just going to talk about the main things. Super Mario Allstars, one of the best valued Super Nintendo games out there, you know, to have in like Mario 1, 2 and 3 and the Lost Levels, which are absolutely solid. We gave it 97%, which is absolutely massive. But if you think when that got bundled with the Super Nintendo, and then later we did another bundle where you got Mario World with it as well, it's one of the best bundles out there, you know, for time spent. Super Formation Soccer 2, one of the many football games we used to get back in the 90s. Not played this one, 62%. So I don't think I'm missing much. I used to play Striker quite a bit, and then World Cup Striker. They were quite good. I mean, this is before ISS came out and stuff, and ISS Pro. So, you know, still good to see that some of the games that weren't called FIFA, you know, do okay. Big Mega Drive review, and this is a good one. Rocket Knight Adventures. So just to show you that. Game I've recently got rid of. Mega Drive collection's not as precious to me as my SNES collection, but we gave out 92%. I've got Sparks from the SNES, one of the sequels, but yeah, not bad at all. And then we've actually got a Neo Geo review. Jesus, £225 this cost, VRRP, for Viewpoint. So, shoot 'em up game, really good score. Looks good. I'm sure we had this on, I don't know if it was a challenge. I think it got reviewed on the show as well, but 93%, sorry. And then this game, which I've never heard of, I'm looking at it, I've not missed anything. It's an Amiga game called Blade of Destiny. So, let's just zoom in, just so you can see if this would have tempted you back in the day until you saw a score of 30 odd percent. Absolutely awful. Not a game I've ever played, you know. But yeah, price at 35 quid. Then Bill Walsh College Football on Mega Drive, 71%. Ultimate Soccer on the Mega Drive, 88%. This one doesn't look too bad actually. And again, I think the last time I saw Ultimate Soccer around, it was still relatively cheap, you know, as a few retro games still are. So it might be worth having a try at that one. Two small reviews here, a decent mixture. So we've got One Step Beyond on Amiga, a puzzle game, sequel to Pushover at 51%, and General Chaos, a strategy game on Mega Drive, a game that I've never actually got into properly. I've owned it once, and then because I didn't play it, I sold it on, but that got 81%. And then we've also got Asterix on SNES, 79%. Pugsy on Mega Drive, 86%. Pugsy is something I've just never really got into at all. It looks nice, you know. I have owned that a few times, but every time I start playing it, it doesn't grab me to stick at it, but it does look good. Next up is, again, quite a mixture here, but we'll do thingy first. Mortal Kombat on Game Boy. So obviously this came out on nearly every single system, all the 8-bits as well. So to bring up Mortal Kombat on Game Boy was quite impressive, but it got a very low score there. It's not the type of console you'd actually be rushing out to play it on. And again, remember, Nintendo are quite full on with the gore, so you're not even going to get your green screen gore. But things did change. I think Mortal Kombat 2 came out on Game Boy as well. Anyway, I'll try and find out. But game I do like, Pocky and Rocky on the Super Nintendo, also known as Kiki Kai Kai. Again, this costs so much money now to get hold of it. And when it first came out, then sold it. And then because it's in the Super Play Top 100, I needed to get it again. Will Overton of Superplay and Rare fame did me a massive solid and did me a fantastic price on it years ago. So it's one that I've got in my collection again. But 74%, maybe a little bit harsh, but it's a game that I really like. I've got a lot of good memories of that one. Mario is Missing, 71%. And then we're basically into, the cheats, I think it is. Well, a load of adverts, first of all. A load of adverts. A guide here to, I can't remember what the system is. Oh, here we go. It's Alien 3 on the Super Nintendo. Now, the Super Nintendo Alien 3 and the Super Nintendo Alien 3 and the Mega Drive one are quite different. The Mega Drive one I absolutely love. Super Nintendo one just never really grabbed me, but they've got maps on there, tips and things like that, and you definitely need them. This is a bit of a strange one for an actual guide. Super Bomberman. Granted, you could give tips and things like that, but I don't know, I think Bomberman is quite simple to pick up and play, and get used to. And then there's also a guide for Jungle Strike, going through the last few levels to complete it. A guide for Flashback, that's a type of thing I need a guide for, because I have always done awful at it. And well, as I'm doing this, Flashback 2's out in a couple of months as well. And again, another Amiga guide. on Syndicate. Again, another game you probably need a decent guide for, you know, because it doesn't look like the most straightforward game. It's been years since I've played it properly. And then we've got Boring the Golf guide as well, followed by a load of tips. And that's your lot, really, you know. So it says GamesMaster issue 10 on sale 16th of September with Jurassic Park on the back, which has just hit 30 years old as well at the cinema, and all the games due out. I think it was around October 93. I seem to remember, you know, everyone's starting to get hold of the games after being mad on the film. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. Very quick look there at issue 9 of GamesMaster. Hope you enjoyed it, and just like to say, subscribe and you'll get notifications every time I do a new video. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.